Alright, well, I guess I'll go through this again. I just recorded my whole presentation with the camera on the wrong side. So, I'll go through it again. Alright, my name is Dakota Ness. I am a upcoming junior at Morehead State University, music education. 2 more years to graduate. And today I am going to be teaching you basic music concepts. So if you're ever to come across a piece of music, or if you play guitar or piano or wanting to learn piano, this is where it starts. It's the basic stuff you need to know. All right, or sing. I'm a vocalist actually. So, all right, so the first thing you need to know is this little thingy right here. I don't know if you can see it. This is called a staff. It's made up of 5 lines and 4 spaces, okay? Now each line and space has a specific letter, which the letters represent a note, okay? So on your lines, you have E, G, B, D, and F, okay? Now there's a sentence that most people use to remember that. It is, every good boy does fine. Or if you want to think of something else that better means something to you, go right ahead. And each space also has one. Now there's no sentence for that because it actually spells out the word face, F-A-C-E. 4 spaces, 4 letters. This is called a staff. You have to have one of these. All right, the next thing would be your clef. This indicates, I guess, who is playing or who is singing. So mostly high tenors, which is men or girls who speak high or girls who speak low, sing low, and mostly for really high sopranos who sing quite high. It's called a treble clef, okay? It's the most common one you'll see. There's also a bass clef for the lower men, and it looks just like kind of like a C. Okay, that is your next. That is called a treble clef. Next, you will need your time signature. Now, this thing right here is very important. Excuse me. It's your time signature, okay? Now, it's made up of numbers, 2 numbers. These are not important right now. 4 and a 4. Now, your top 4 indicates your beats per measure, okay? And your bottom one indicates what note gets the beat. Now, that will make more sense in just a second. And there's also this is your most common one. This is the most common one you'll see for like pretty much any pop song now is mostly in this right here. And there's other common ones that are in 2/4. So there are 2 beats per measure, and the quarter note gets the beat. And 3 beats per measure, the quarter note gets the beat. All right, now, when I say quarter note, this is what I mean. A quarter note is a black dot with a stick on it, and it is 1 beat. It gets 1 beat. So if you're keeping a beat, 1, 2, 3, 4. Every time you snap, that's a quarter note. That's what that is right there. And actually, this is from when I did it the first time. We don't need that on there. And I recorded the wrong way. Okay, now this baby right here, the open circle with a stick, is called a half note. It's called a half note because it's half the measure. So when we do the time signature, there are 4 beats in a measure. This quarter note takes up half of that. So 4 divided by 2 is, good job, 2. All right, so it equals 2 beats. And this baby right here, this fancy looking circle, it's called a whole note. And it's called a whole note because, that's right, takes the whole measure. That's all you need. As long as you are in this time signature, 4 beats. Okay, so, and for music, all you need to do is be able to count to 4. Because if you can count to 4, you can count music. Now, all of that put together looks like this right here. Hopefully you can see that. Okay, you have your treble clef, you have your time signature, which is 4/4, and you have your notes. Now this little line right here, that means a new measure. So in this little square, you should have 4 beats. In this next square, you should have 4 beats. Let's check. So our time signature is 4/4. So that, actually here, let me try something else. Break this down, make it a little simpler. So we learned that a quarter note is 1 beat. So, a little black dot with the stick. So it should be, since it's 4/4, there's 4 beats. So there should be 4 quarter notes added up. Okay, so if it's 4/4, there at least needs to be 4 quarter notes. All your beats need to add to 4. So let's check. Our quarter note is 1. Our half note, if you remember, is 2. So 2 plus 1 is 3. Wait, that's not 4. Oh wait, there it is. 1. 1 plus 2 plus 1 is 4. Then our whole note, there's only 1 in there because a whole note takes up the whole measure. So that baby equals 4 beats. And we have, and if we were to decipher this here, this code, our lines, we learned that every good boy does fine, and our spaces is face. So F, we said that's in the 3rd space there, so FAC, every good boy, B, FA, so we have CBA, and every good G. So we have C, B, A, G. That's a C scale. In music, you only go up to the letter G and then you restart. So it goes A, B, C, D, E, F, G, A again. That's it gets more complicated as it goes. Okay? Let's see here. What else can I tell you? That's pretty much it. I was going to say something, I forgot. All right. That's it. All right, and my let's see, my the things I used to get all this information was Anthology for Sight Singing. It's got some nice examples in there that you can use. Manual for ear training. It's got some nice rhythm examples. And tonal harmony. This was the main one. That's where you get all your basic information and really crazy information. But that's pretty much it. Once you learn all this, you can get it. All you need is a staff, a clef, a time signature, and you need to know your notes and where they go. And once you know that, you can make music. So I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you again. Actually, there's one more thing. That's what I was going to tell you. So we have 1 beat, 2 beats, and 4 beats. Now there is something that makes 3. It's a little dot. I had it right here, but it's a dot. I can do it on this one. It's a little dot that you put beside your note, and that means it's 1 plus half of whatever it's connected to. So it's 1.5 beats. And if you were to put it beside this 2, that means 2 plus half of 1. That's where all this adding 4 comes from too. So it'd be 2 plus half of 2, which is 1. So 2 plus 1, that's your 3 beats. So there's actually a note that has 1, 2, 3, and 4. But once you know all that, you can make music. Just throw them everywhere on the clef. And you just sit there and play it, see what it sounds like. All right, well, I'm Dakota Ness. I hope you enjoyed and took something from this lesson.